you have to create an employee value proposition so that the A players say, here's what I get in that company that I may not get in another company. And it's probably not compensation. We'll probably get parity in compensation because everybody will pay the A players the same. So it's opportunity, the work itself, the impact of the work, but it's the value proposition around the setting of the work, not just the work itself, not just the compensation.
Do you have any experience how big is the chance to turn C players into B players or B players into A players? How is your experience?
Generally, it won't happen in the same position because once you get locked into a position, so the chance of somebody in a current position from a C to a B or a B to an A is probably 10 to 15%. It probably goes up to 30 to 40% when you put them in a new position. So somebody who may be a B player in position 1 has a better chance of being an A player in position 2 than being an A player in position 1.
Great, thank you. Do you have a special hiring process for hiring people? Is there standardization?
In the hiring process, there's 2 or 3 steps you go through. One is sourcing. You want to increase the pool. You want to increase the people you go to. I think you do that by going to universities, social media, Facebook. But I think the best place to increase the sourcing pool is from your current employees. Employee referrals, network. The second step is screening. You want to get a higher percent of those you offer a job to come to the company. So you want to increase the pool and get a higher hit rate. I think employee referrals is the best of both. And it's called network hiring, referral hiring. How do you bring those people in?
One last question. If you have a company with only A players, do you need another way of differentiation?
If you have a company with only A players, the hope is that they play well as a team. Because, by the way, if you have a company with only A players and they're all A players, legitimate A players, you're a company that's likely to be very successful, as long as part of the definition of A is that we're willing to work together. So it's not just me, it's us as a team. If we have A players, and by the way, we often think we do, but the ultimate test of an A player is, does the market say they're A players? So are you getting high? If you have all A players, you should be gaining market share very quickly.
Okay. Would you say there's A1, A2, A3, or A4, A5, like Jim Collins would say?
Yeah, well, then you get into definitions. I mean, you can say, I remember we did grades. We did ABC. Then we did 90, 80, 70, and we said that's better. Well, it's not better. Then an MBA program went to high pass, pass, low pass. Well, it's still ABC. And so you can call it A1, A2, A3. That's ABC.
Okay.
It's the same thing. It's just, there's always gradations, but you still ought to kind of have clusters. What most companies have done is they've said 20% are A players, high potential, 15 to 25%. The great players. 60 to 70% are in the middle, and 10 to 20% are in the bottom. And so that's kind of the distinction we've seen.
Okay, thank you very much.
Well, that was fun.